What Type Wednesday?
Guess what, Jay?
I know, but I'm gonna pretend I don't know. What, Russ?
I got a house. You guys
Yeah,
already found out
boy.
from last episode because I jumped in and added it, but I actually went to the house today. Funny enough, I did not physically see the house in person when we placed the bid on it. So I couldn't walk around and all that because it went up on a Friday, and I think they want it best and final by Sunday, like just the weekend. And we ended up winning over a cash offer, which was
Whew.
surprising. So I got to go down there today and check it out. Took some pictures. I took my GoPro and did some video, which I'll put together probably in the far future because so many things have to happen now.
Right. So, question. After seeing it in person, excitement level 0 to 100. Where you at?
0 to 100. We'll go with like 80, I'd say, because there's so much work and stuff that has to be done. And my wife's a lot better with like visualizing the end product. Like you're seeing it now, and some stuff is like on the inside, like, wow, like the kitchen is like very old and outdated and all this. So there's a lot that
All
has to be done.
all I know is the orange is rad. I would find a way to keep that, but that's
Yeah.
just weird me.
Oh, it was like on the door, you're saying?
Well, it
Was
was like
that
I think
part?
it was like in the kitchen, like one of the cabinets was orange. It
Oh,
looks so
yes.
cool.
Yes, it did stand out.
I liked it. I was like, that's wild.
Because you walk in and it has the big living room, and the kitchen is almost like boxed off, like, but it has this little window where
Peephole.
you can be like, "Hey,
We can
order
we
up."
can take orders. Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, "Wife, give me some burgers."
That's rad.
But, yeah, just being there, walking around on the property is gonna be, it was interesting because it's so quiet from living where we are now because it's in the woods.
So you know what I thought was super cool, Russ?
Yeah.
You know, these Jason videos you make are always in the woods.
Oh, uh-huh, yeah.
And I'm thinking, you got those right behind your house now. You don't have to go far to find like the running scenes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did find, I didn't take a video on my phone or else I'd show you guys, but there was a, old swing set that was like wooden and kind of in the woods. Like you had to walk this little path and it had this like rusty swing. And I'm like, this just looks like a scene from Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah, like the
So,
squeaky. That's so
yes.
rad.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to see some little girl swinging on that at night, like Ghost Girl.
That's creepy. Don't tell me that.
But yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of work to go. If you didn't see last week's episode and missed the photos that I dropped in, I did take
I
some.
I, I listened to it today, and I heard the little insert you gave.
Yeah.
It's really a neat looking place.
So there's the house itself with my car parked out.
No, no, no. I'm assuming those are solar panels.
Yeah, there's one there, and I think on the other side too. And then there's also like some on that other roof. So it's three, I think three sets of the solar panels are up on there.
That's cool. The
And
color of the house is really cool too. I like that gray.
and then the game room essentially is the part above the garage right there. So that's it right there,
I'm
kind
not
of
gonna lie, that looks huge.
unfinished. It is pretty huge. Like it's hard to show the scale of it in there.
Well, just
Just
look how big you are, I would say.
right. So they did leave, which you could see on the wall. There's a lot of sheetrock that they left for us, so we can use that sheetrock to finish there because it's all open right now.
Right.
So I just have to start thinking of, okay, how is everything going to get set up? We're going to have a DIY station, couch set up like this for streaming and gaming. Do I get a bigger couch? Like, do I have a desk with like a gaming chair that I do stuff at? Does it have room for
Right.
it? Where do the arcades go? I was
The
probably gonna
possibilities are endless.
leave one of the arcades, I think, in the garage, just to, have one downstairs if people are over and we're like hanging out. It's like, oh, everyone doesn't have to be in the arcade upstairs. Here's an arcade to play. Like Pac-Man, I could put that down there.
Right. That's the other thing that's interesting is that's a 3-car garage. That's wild.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know how much we'll use it to just keep our cars in because we could. I have 2 cars, my wife has 2 cars.
Oh,
Um,
you guys have 4 cars?
yeah, yeah,
What? Wild. Why do you guys I mean, I kind of understand with you because one of them is like a showpiece, but why do
right.
you 2
The
cars?
the wife has a convertible that she drives, and then she has her SUV,
Okay.
and I get
Hey,
like, "Alright, I guess we got the room for it, why not?"
that's pretty awesome.
But then I'll be able to bring my scooter, the Yoshi scooter, up that ways, and then just working on the cars will be that much easier, cleaning them, washing them. If I gotta
Yeah.
repaint the Mario Kart car, I can have it off to the side and, like, good.
So, question, not that it super matters, but I'm just curious, how far is this from where you are currently? Like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10
Yeah,
minutes?
20 to 25 minutes.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, it'll probably be about that of a drive to get to work. I think right now I'm probably 15, maybe 10, 15-minute drive to work. So now this
Okay.
will be, I mean, it's in the woods, so it depends when you're leaving. Like if you get stuck behind someone that's driving slow, it's gonna take you longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely the other thing is we're not near stores. So like right now I can just go to Dollar Tree, grab some
Oh,
ice cream,
everything's
snacks.
convenient. Yeah.
So we're gonna have to drive. I think my friend said you could get on the highway, get off one exit, and then you're on a main road that has like Home Depot, Target, and all that stuff. So I'll have to see what the trip looks like with that. Where I messaged my buddy Bill, he actually lives the town next to us, but it's where the border is. He's literally 5 minutes from our new place, so we get to hang
Oh,
out there and be
that was my
close.
next question, like, how do you have any friends that are close by?
Yeah, so he just and they just moved in there like maybe 2 months ago, and I was like, "Dude, we just got a house, like, we looked at one in Woodbridge, but now we're over here," and he's like, "Oh, okay." So I'm like, "Sick." But she was talking about the layout, walk in, we got the living room and all that, and there is a like, a bedroom or office area on the 1st floor, and we're gonna turn that into a, like, playroom for Gwen, but we're gonna set it up, I think, with, like, either a Murphy bed or, like, a
Right.
pull-out couch, so then when we
Just
have
like a
guests.
playroom slash guest room.
Yeah, and then there's a bathroom down there as well, and then you go upstairs and it has 2 bedrooms on one side, and then, like, a hallway and the master bedroom, and then there's, like, a big bathroom in between that. And you could kinda go through, like, to get into the bedroom that way, but she's talking about maybe making our own master bathroom, and that other bathroom would be for, like, the kids or whatever
Yeah.
over there.
Dude, your catwalk's rad too.
Right, that's what, and it has 3 skylights right there, which you can see amazing view out of it. So, right now, there's, like, this weird net thing that they put over it to kinda, like, block some of the light so it's not as harsh, but I guess
Gotcha.
you can get some type of shade with, like, a remote that would be like, "Meh,
Yeah.
meh." So I was like, "That's better."
Super techy. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things we wanna put into it, so we'll have to see, budget-wise, timeline-wise. When we can move in and still renovate certain parts of the house while we're living there
Right.
situation because we have the condos here, so we need to pack most of this stuff up and stage it, right? This is a bedroom. It can't be looking like this when we got people to come over, like, yeah, picture your bed in here and not
Right. And not
collectibles
Russ's,
and a TV.
right, not Russ's, Stampy and Ran back behind him.
Right. So I'll have to see in the coming weeks when I might be set up in the living room doing the podcast, or I might have to go to my mom's and
Yeah.
record there and do stuff until we situate everything. And then we'll have to see how even we're moving. One of my friends talked about one of those like pod things they drop off and you fill it up and then they
Yep.
ship the
Yep.
pod. Or Steph talked about hiring a moving company possibly, like to literally bring the box because like her bed is like so heavy and awkward, and it's like be so hard for us to just tackle everything plus having the baby. And it's like, all right, you watch the baby, I'll bring some boxes down, then vice versa.
Right. They, like, take forever.
So, but the closing date, funny enough, the closing date they wanted to have, it was like, I can't remember.
Probably when you're gonna be in California.
It was literally the day before we leave for California. So she's like, can you either push it
Move
back
it
or
forward or
move
move
it
it back.
forward. So I think they're moving it to this month at some time because I was there today and they still had some stuff in the house that I guess they're gonna clean out.
Right.
Um, there's stuff in the fridge. They had like
You
Dr.
should have said,
Peppers.
"If there's, any old video games, just leave them here, please."
I took on video. I was looking. There's an awesome built-ins in the living room
Yeah, I saw those.
with the cabinets, and I opened them up, and there was a VCR DVD in there, and there was a Wiimote.
No way.
So I'm curious if they end up leaving that stuff. I was like, "Oh, cool.
Just
We
just
not a
sh just don't say anything about it.
not a Wii anywhere, anything video game." Like for some reason they must have packed it or whatever and left one Wiimote.
Well, just don't say a word, maybe it's a freebie.
Right. So we'll see. It's definitely gonna be interesting and fun, and I'll be doing maybe short videos or TikToks and stuff in the progress. And obviously a big main video of like, all right, setting up a new game room.
Yep.
Here's this series, the full series. And
Heck yeah.
I want to do a nice, saying goodbye to this. Here's we built it up. I did a few videos on that and like this is what it looked like. This is what you could do if you have a bedroom. And now let's pack it all up and do like a time lapse or something.
There you go.
But
Can't wait to see it all go down.
we did mention too, it is technically like the closet to the bedroom, but it's like 20 times
It's
as bigger than
it's
Jay's.
it's not a closet. That's like an attic. It just happens to be awkwardly placed.
Right, right. Essentially. Sweet.
But dude, that's sick.
So that's what's going on with me this week. I don't know what Jay's been up to. What's he been doing?
So, you might not believe this, Russ. My son has got me playing Breath of the Wild.
Okay, you guys are going back and forth like, or he's just watching you play and telling you where to
He
go. And
likes fighting the little packs of moblins,
yeah.
but he's like, "All right, dad, can you beat this shrine?" And I'm like, "All right." So then I'll beat the shrine, and then like we'll beat like 3 or 4 because I think you have to have 4 because you have to have get those little whatever they are,
Oh yeah,
spirit
yeah. Your
orbs,
little powers. Yeah.
and then you have to like travel back to the I always just go to the church because I know that's where that one like goddess statue is, and
Okay.
then she'll give you either like more like a endurance wheel or more
Stand-by. Yeah. Mhm.
hearts. Um, so like every other time he's like, "All right, dad, do we do a heart or stamina?" He's like, "Can I do more hearts? Because I feel like only 3 hearts makes you look like a newbie, and I don't want to look like a newbie." I'm like, "Yeah, but no stamina, you can't climb mountains and stuff is good." So I'm trying to like teach him like, let's do one this time, then let's do that one that time. But we got 5 hearts. We have lit the blue flame and got our Sheikah slate improved. We've already found Impa. I think the 4 divine beasts have been located on the map, and
Okay.
we've got several towers. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like this is possible now. Like I don't know why, but like him getting me into it,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
maybe
it's just
maybe I can
sticking
finally
with it.
complete it.
I think that's like because once you put it down, you kinda it's tough with the big RPG open world games where you're like, "What was I do what was my task? Like, where was I going? I can't remember
Right,
this,
right,
and now I lost the flow." And even the controls, you're like, how do I access the ruins and or
right.
the
Yeah,
rooms?"
everything's a little like, and you have to like know how to use like magnetism and like all that
Right.
stuff.
You're like, "Oh,
Like
yeah, I forgot I could use it. Oh, I gotta cook food." Like the
right, yeah. So it's been kind of fun, and I think part of it is just, like, doing it with him, and he's so excited about it, you know, so,
Mhm.
a couple weeks ago, he, got 20 bucks from his grandma, and he's like, "Dad, I want a master sword," so we got on eBay and, like, found some, like, plastic master swords that came out in, like, 2015, and we ordered him one of those, so he, like, carries it around, and
Oh,
he's all into
nice.
Zelda right now, so, yeah, it's pretty fun,
Sweet.
and
That's
that's what I've
good.
been doing, just playing some
Have you,
Breath of the Wild.
do you have, amiibos to use in Breath of the Wild?
We only own 1 amiibo or maybe 2. We have the 8-bit Mario.
Mhm.
I don't remember if it's the blue or brown outfit, and then we have a Kirby amiibo, but we don't have any Breath of the Wild amiibos.
So, if you use, like, the Zelda ones, you'll get, like, a special suit or swords and gear like
Okay.
that, but if you use any other amiibo, you get food. So you
Oh,
could
cool.
use them in the game, and I have, like, a big pile, and I would just scan them, and there's, like, fish, apples, meat, everything falling, and
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
stocking up, and I would just do that daily, so you would have massive
lots of
amounts of
food.
food. Yeah, so that's a
That's
good tip.
awesome. I'll have to grab those 2 and put them down there and pop them on every now and again. Um, and that's the other thing is, I finally got some, like, upgraded, like, clothing because that every time I would go anywhere where it was cold, like, the cold
Right.
temperatures, was, like, starting to kill me. So I'd have to, like, run for a few minutes, then eat some apples real quick, then run, and then eat some apples, trying to get to, like a shrine in the cold weather or something, so
Yeah, there is, you can do some type of food that will give you, immunity, but you need to find, like a cherry pepper or hot pepper or something,
Right, yeah,
so
yeah.
you mix that.
The other thing that I never noticed before was some food that you mix together will give you stamina too. So, like, you can be climbing a
Yes.
mountain, almost run out, and then you can eat something real quick and get that last little bit of health to get, like, over the edge. So,
Yeah, I mean, there's
I was like,
certainly tons of secrets and tips on that for sure to get through, and I mean, I highly recommend using, like, a walkthrough or a guide or something because there's so much to learn, and you're like, "Oh, I could
yeah.
be doing this," I get lost
Well,
or
it was funny because, like, there's these, it's called dueling peak
yeah, the mountains,
like,
yeah,
shrines, and you basically have like, take a picture of one and then go to the other one and then make it look like that, and then or but before you do that, you gotta take a picture of that one, so when you go back to the other one, you can do it like that. It's like these little balls, and you put them in these little circle areas, and they either turn blue or orange depending on where the balls are. But I remembered how to do that, so, like and then there was one yesterday that I figured out, and it was crazy hard, and my son's like, "How did you know that? Your brain's so smart." And I'm like, "I don't know how I figured that one out, buddy. That was tough."
and you're
So
playing it on, the Switch?
we are playing on the Switch. When I originally played it, I played it on the Wii U because I didn't have a Switch at that
Yeah.
time, but I had a Wii U, and it was when they sold it for the Wii U. So, um,
Yeah, that's where I ended up playing it and beating it because I remember one of the shrines, um, you have your gamepad, the Wii U gamepad, and
and you
it
have to tilt
was
it
you gotta tilt it, right, like
like
this, like a
because
ball's
there's
in
like
it,
a
right?
ball. Yeah,
And I
I
ended up
beat that one yesterday.
somehow I, like, flipped the whole pad and it just, like, rolled on the backside and I beat it, like, I'm like, "I don't think you're supposed to beat it like this," but, like, hey, it worked.
You know what's funny is I almost did that. I was like, instead of screwing with all these like maze things, why don't you just flip it all the way over, put it on the flat side?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I
What I ended up doing was I ended up tilting it so when the ball dropped, because after you mess up, another ball
knew of
drops.
yeah,
I I could make it where the ball would drop right where I needed it, and then you just had to like roll it and jump it to where it would land in that thing. So that's how I did
gotcha.
it. But I did it fairly quickly. But I remember that one before like was giving me fits. So I was like, "This is the worst. I hate this thing."
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
the shrines I've actually really enjoyed the shrines. I'm even thinking, like, "Do I have time to go do one after I get off here with Russ?"
Yeah, I mean, I feel like with the shrines, it gives you progress in a sense of completion because they're not that big, right? You can complete
Right, they're
one
pretty short.
maybe in 10 minutes. So I always hated the strength ones because I was so bad at battling where they
Oh,
got
yeah, I'm
harder
not
and
good at battling.
I'm like, just give me a puzzle.
Yeah, yeah, please.
But when you do, the 4 divine beasts, those usually, you need, like, an hour or whatever to, like, get through the puzzles and the maze aspect. It's not like
Right.
it they're super large, but a lot of the maze the not the maze, a lot of the puzzle aspects, I'd be like, "What do I have to do?" Like, I'm very confused, so
The only divine beast I ever beat when I played it initially was the elephant,
right.
and then I made my way to the desert, and I could see I don't was it a camel or a scorpion? What is it out there causing all that dust storm?
Yeah, I think it's a camel.
So I think yeah, so I could see the camel, but then I was like there was some side quest I had to do, and I got sidetracked, and that's where I quit, and never played it again.
And you don't have to do the beast, but if you do, if you beat all 4, when you go fight Ganon, they shoot this laser beam and take half of his hearts down, so you
Yeah, yeah, so
easier.
I definitely need to beat them because I wanna do that before I go fight him, and then my son said, "Dad, we have to have 10 hearts to get the master sword." I was like, "Alright, well, we'll get 10 hearts then," so
What
he's helping me stay motivated. I don't know if
wait,
that's true or not what he said,
that's
but
I would think so. Well, yeah, with the hearts, yeah, because it takes, like your heart, you're trying to pull it out, and while you're pulling it, your hearts are going down. So if you don't have
Yeah.
enough, you die. But what you
That oh,
could
that's
do,
right.
essentially, I was live streaming it and people helped me and they were like, "Oh, you don't have the master sword yet?" They're like, "Go here and you can trade your stamina wheel for another heart."
Oh.
So if you're short a few, you could just like, "Oh, let me trade a bunch, go get the sword, and then go trade back your heart for the stamina wheel or whatever if you want to do that." But with the master
I know.
sword, you know what I'm
Is it
saying?
that one that has, like, that dark shadow? She has, like, a dark shadow, and she plays, like, this trading game?
It must be. Like, you have to pay something, I don't know what it is with the exchange,
Right, I think I know what you're talking about.
but you can swap both of them that way, and then when you get the master sword, you can use it, it won't break, but it tires, and you have to
Okay,
wait for it to, like, heal itself, and then you can use it again,
nice.
but
So, yeah, so I'm thinking maybe we get through it, and then if we get through it, then I'll reassess Colin and be like, "Dude, do you are we gonna get, the next one?" Oh, what's it called?
Tears of
Tears
the
of the
Kingdom.
Kingdom? So we'll see how this goes. We'll see if I can continue on and progress and finally lay this thing to rest. The other thing I need to do is a lot of people were saying you need to get through some of these games on your list from that video I made, the top
Oh,
10 games I
yes.
want to beat. So I was actually trying to play Mega Man 3 before we hopped on here, but it worked out where I wasn't able to do it. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean,
So many games, so little time.
well, that's what I was gonna say, definitely having a, like, plan or schedule or something like that would help with this, like, "Oh, okay, I can play Breath of the Wild for an hour with my son on this day, and we'll progress more, and then I'll be free for an hour, and this day I'll do Mega Man, or maybe I'll do Mega Man 3 days this week, and I wanna try to beat it by, the 3rd week or something to give
Right.
yourself a short-term goal and, like, here's the long term, okay, to
Well, the
accomplish
nice
it."
thing about Mega Man 3 is like you get the password system. So like I should be
That
able to
is
like
true, yeah.
use that to my advantage. So
You can always cheat and just look up the password, not
or that I'm not doing that.
or just use the Game Genie.
Michael B, the Game Genie.
That's right.
Great episode, by the way. That was good.
Thanks,
I
thanks.
like
I was
that.
I was funny enough with that, I was editing most of the day and my computer was like being the worst with editing. And it was doing again where I'm like, let me move this. And then it was like pinwheel, move this, pinwheel. I'm like, I literally need to edit like 3 minutes worth of stuff and it's taking me like 45 minutes. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. And I just wanted to get it out because usually I premiere the episodes at like 8 o'clock. And I
Right.
was exporting it at like 8:45 and uploading it, and I still missed. I have the thumbnail come up for the current episode, and I left last week's thumbnail up.
Uh,
And then I noticed instead of, usually the way I show my gameplay footage, it's the main game, and then I stretch the footage and blur it, to fill the screen. And
right.
I have like a filter, and that wasn't above the other footage. So it was just doubled footage clear as day, and I was like, "Ah, that's annoying to me."
That's okay. The video I made, I put in like this quick Tom Green snippet where he's like, get inside the animals, and then it shows him in the deer, and he's like, I
Yeah,
didn't see
yeah, yeah.
that coming. And I didn't turn the volume up, so it's way quieter than the rest of the video. And I was like, oh, I hate that. I hate when I see mistakes like that I make. I mean, I'm sure like most people don't notice unless they're like an editor like you or maybe like Riff or somebody, but like me, it like glaringly stands out. I'm like, this is so annoying. So anyway, but at least I got something out. That's all I can say.
Yeah, yeah, it's good to get, content out for sure. I had put a DIY video out, hopefully more people check it out. I think it got like 250 views of me working on the play choice, and I was hoping to do
I'll watch that. I think I might
things
have been
like
one of the
that.
first.
So, I try to please both people who like these tiered list videos and then because I've been seeing a lot of new people commenting and um, interacting with those videos. So I'm hoping to reach new viewers with that, and then people who like my DIY stuff, they'll check that out because I have a few more
Yeah,
DIYs.
every time that Top Tuesday video comes out, I'm like, I gotta watch this. I've loved every one of them. It's like a great series.
Nice, appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to make it fun. Someone had left and was like, "Oh, this feels like a '90s show" or whatever, and I was like, "Oh, good, people are
Yeah, and I
digging
love
that."
Rob too. I always love his little one-liners and stuff like that.
I mean, that's what takes the longest. Like, I literally have to write the script for it because I have to. deliver whatever line I'm saying to have Rob have a rebuttal, and I can't do that on the fly to be like, "Oh, he should say this." Like, so
Right, you gotta think that through.
I do the full script, and then I'm just speaking off the cuff when I'm looking at the gameplay footage. That's kinda like a one-off, like, "Alright, play the footage. I'll talk to
You
what
and
I wanna
you
say."
know, another thing that I think is kinda neat is, like, your cadence when you talk about the gameplay footage. I Something about it is really, I don't know, it's like a very natural I don't even know how to describe it, but all I know is I like it. Because every
Okay.
time I hear it, I'm like, "I like the way Russ is talking right now." Like, I don't know, it's like it's not overdone, it's just very kinda matter of fact. I don't know. Whatever it
Right.
is, I think it's good.
Well, it's just not me, like, spewing facts if I have, like we just did our TurboGrafx episode, so if I'm, like, have notes on it and I'm like, "The TurboGrafx, known as the PC Engine outside North America, is a home video game console designed by Hudson
Right,
Soft." Sounds
right,
way more scripted than I'm like,
right,
the TurboGrafx was actually, developed by Hudson Soft, which I think is pretty cool because it's a game company. That sounds way more
right,
natural and like, "Oh,
right,
okay, I can
exactly.
relate." So I try to
Yeah,
keep it those parts not scripted, but when I'm doing
yeah.
the lines with Rob, which
That's
which
gotta be
I
scripted.
I have to hopefully fix him soon. I don't know if I mentioned you or talked to whoever. I
Yeah, you
he wa
told me.
he was having trouble moving, so I took him apart to fix his gears, and I had added too much super glue to one gear, and
Oh, no.
it went onto the gear teeth, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" So I had to order a bag from Amazon of, like, 100 plastic gears just so
Just
I
see if
could
one will fit.
hopefully one is the right size.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
that's coming in tomorrow. So if that works, I'll get Rob back together, and then I'm gonna set him up in front of my CRT TV, put Gyromite in, and get a nice clean plate of, like, here's Rob, like, moving up, here's Rob just rotating left
Right.
to right, so then I can choose different movements when I'm putting the edit together, and he'll look a little more alive.
So in the next video, is he gonna say, "You know, Russ, you really grind my gears."
That could be a good one because I talked about changing his batteries in the last episode. He's like, "You keep your filthy hands out of my battery slot." Good
Oh,
stuff.
man. Yep, love it.
Sweet. That probably wraps up our episode of what we've been doing.
That's a Warp
Buy,
Pipe Wednesday for you.
buying houses, playing Breath of the Wild.
I like it. Good
Feel free to
combo.
call into the show. Let us know how we're doing. Phone number is 949-682-9277. That's 949-682 WARP. Leave us a message.
Tell us who you
Uh
are too.
yeah, you could always say, "Hey, it's Russ from Connecticut.
It's
Love
Jimbo
what you
from
do."
Arkansas.
Check out the weeklywarpipe.com. We got all our episodes up in there, all the YouTube stuff I do, and merchandise as well. If you want to support the show, we have t-shirts, hats, mugs, magnets, stickers, a whole bunch of good stuff there.
And by some chance, if any of you listeners are ridiculously rich and you just need something to spend money on, send Russ and I a new computer, please.
So we can
We
edit
get the
a lot
pinwheels.
easier. I was literally looking at new Macs and I'm like, "Ah." Like the one I really would prefer to have is like the beefiest whatever, but it's like $4,500 and I'm like, I can't spend that much on a freaking
So
computer.
I was talking to Aaron yesterday and or maybe it was the day before, and I said, "Why doesn't Mac make like a really just like good computer that's fast?" He's like, "They do." He's like, "And it's $15,000." And I was like,
You're like,
"Okay, I'll never own that." And then he
yeah.
said, "I'm buying 2 of them." I was like, "Whoa."
Well, I asked him, I said, because he showed me a timeline he was doing. And I was like, does your
Oh,
computer
me
ever
too, and it was like
bog
the one
down?
that was like just like
Yes.
top on top of on top of it.
And he was like, I usually get a new computer every year. And I was like, geez, I think mine's like 4 years old. I was like, Jay's is probably like 10 years old.
Yeah,
Mine's
yeah.
2019.
Was it
So,
this?
yes, where you
Just
can
like
see all the all the stuff
edits on
above,
top of edits
below,
on top
but
of edits on top of edits on top of edits on top of edits. Yeah, I so this is off topic of that, but I sent him this today. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Just let it play for a minute. He wrote, "Are you with Ricky?" He wait for the end. Song goes up to Ricky. Anyway, I know it's neither here nor there.
Fair enough. Thanks to our Patreons for supporting the show. We got Dan and Nicole's Treasures Untold, Joe Sheevy, Trace Living Good, Samantha Chang, Rodney Torres, Redraulic 16, and Austin Mills. We appreciate you. Perhaps some of that money will go towards a new computer in the near
Let's hope.
future. Then maybe Jay can get my old computer.
Hey, I'll take the spinning wheel of death. That's fine.
Head over to patreon.com/Russ Lyman to learn more about that. That wraps it up. We didn't come up with a new slogan yet.
Nope.
Thanks for jumping in the warp pipe with us and reliving a little bit of nostalgia.
That's right.
We'll see you next
On
week.
this Wednesday.